The gender minister, Otiko Jaba. Now, she's justified her call for schoolgirls to desist from wearing skimpy dresses because they appeal to rapists. Now, addressing students of the Krobo Girls Presbyterian Senior High School, Otiko urged the students to be mindful of what they wear, since their choice of dressing can attract rapists. And this is exactly what she said verbatim. And it goes like this. In conclusion, I want to say to you, be bold, be confident, be respectful. If you wear a short dress, it's fashionable, but know that it can attract somebody who would want to rape or defile you. You must be responsible for the choices you make. End of quote. Now, the comments have been heavily condemned by a section of Ghanaians, with some accusing her of condoning sexual acts on women. But reacting to the criticisms, the Honourable Minister said her intention was not to encourage rape against young girls. And in fact, I quote, she says, "It was a strong advice from a mother to her children. It wasn't in any way encouraging rape with my comments. I have daughters, and if they dress in a certain way and they're going out, I call them and ask them to change it or wear another piece of clothing over what they're already wearing." End of quote. I mean, after this particular, I remember when I first heard about these comments that she made was, I think, on Twitter, because I went into the trends in, like in Ghana, basically, or the trending, and I saw Otiko. So I was curious, I clicked on it, and then that's how I first heard about it on social media. And the general consensus, or at least perhaps from the people that I follow, you know, was that basically she was encouraging rape, and how, especially in the circumstances of rape, the last thing you want to actually talk about is the victim's clothing, because that would be victim blaming. And to a large extent, I agree. But since Akosia Hansen is here, I would like to say, no, I mean, let's get into rape culture, because, I mean, whether we like it or not, hey, this is happening, and it's not something that just magically metamorphosed into what we see today. It's been around for centuries.
True. You've got it right. You've got it right. There was, when this whole story came out, there was this tweet and Facebook post by two gentlemen. One guy said, anyone who disagrees with Otiko, just pass by my house and wear short skirts and I'll show you, I'll rape you to teach you a lesson. Like, even if that wasn't her intention, that's how certain people have read the message. And it's dangerous that you could actually feel that comfortable after this whole story to actually put it out on social media. Anyone can find out your name, and you know, and it just showed how we've empowered people, men who feel like that's an excuse to rape, and it actually isn't. Like you said, it's rape culture. What you're essentially doing is you're taking the responsibility and onus from the rapist to the victim, where when a rape happens, you're questioning the victim, why they were raped.
What were you wearing? What did you say?
You know,
how did you say it?
How did you say it? But luckily, I don't know, this week has been crazy. You see the reaction you got. Remember last year we did a story about mini skirts, and do you see the reaction then has changed completely now?
Yes.
So I feel like there's been a whole lot of people realize that that's rape culture. It's wrong to talk like that. And Let's Talk Concept was actually trending for 2 days on Twitter.
Absolutely.
Because this was all of Ghana telling us about things about rape culture, why it's wrong to say those things. So I just feel so happy.
Yeah.
So
We've
happy.
come very far.
We've come very far. You know?
Iraja, what are your thoughts? I mean, certainly you saw all this happen.
To some extent, it's true. It's actually pointing on victim blaming. You're blaming the victim for being raped because of a skirt she was wearing, like a short skirt. And that shouldn't be the case, because you're free to wear what you want to wear at any time, at any point. You shouldn't feel restricted in a certain way to wear long clothes. And no one has the right to rape you because you're wearing a short dress or a mini dress. It's totally wrong. Yes.
What does it say about rape in war? What does it say about marital rape? What does it say about corrective rape? You know, all these types of rape. So
because we all know that 90% of rape victims are actually raped by people they know. And they're actually raped in places that they would normally feel safe, like in their homes, their offices, a place of a friend. So you can't just say that you're wearing a short skirt, so hey, a man should rape you. And then on the other side, it's kind of like, are you saying that men don't know the difference between a mini skirt and consent?
Thank you.
So are you saying that men see skirts and say, okay, yes, it means like men are, you know, animals, predators, basically. So I was slightly like disappointed with what she said, but I'm happy that she did come back and try and clear what she said, but it was already too late because the damage the damage had been done, to be honest with you, because even pensioners, pensioners are raped, people in wheelchairs, and especially disabled people, especially the ones that are in care of others, that they can't speak out. They are, a lot of them are raped.
Even babies.
Babies. I read a story about a father who raped his 7-month-old daughter.
Wow.
Because he said that if he did it, he would be rich or something.
So how do you...
rape is not something that we can just put on the label that, oh, it's because one wore a short skirt, or it was because one was drunk, or because one had red lipstick on, or, you know, whatever. It's not it. The mind of the rapist is something that a lot of psychologists are still trying to find out. What is it? Why can't you go to a
power?
It's about power. Domination.
Because they ask you, they ask you, why don't you just go to a prostitute and just, if you want to, you know, get one over, go to the prostitute and have one. But like you said, it's about the power. Okay, then get someone to role play. No, because it's fake. They like to see that whole
when I'm being charged.
In charge, having that person feel so frightened and scared. That's what turns them on. It's got nothing to do with this. And I've been reading some of our comments we're having, and people are like, yes, we're cover up. Women should cover up. So people are not moving as you think.
I think.
Oh, well. We will read the comments, but the ones that I've been reading, it's not just young girls, women too, and they've written, dress how you want to be addressed.
Oh, wow.
Dress how, yes, I will go through them later, but that's what some of them are saying, dress how you want to be addressed.
You know, this issue of rape, I feel, has been around for too long, and we play with it a lot. And this is a personal experience, and this happened many, many years ago, where I was in Medina. That's where I grew up. I lived very close to a school, and there used to be a lot of boys who would go there and play football, like, because there's a park in front of our house. And I remember there was one day where I was walking past a bunch of boys, and they started catcalling, right? And I didn't respond, and I heard one of them say, and they said this in Chi, and I'll probably have to translate it later, but they're like, oh yeah, I bet mana. Like, if sort of like, if you don't respond, we'll rape you.
Wow.
And like a lot of them giggled about it, you know, but it's comes back to this thing you talked about. It's male domination. It's like, oh, if you don't do what I will say, then I can do X and Y to violate your body and let you succumb. They were teenagers. They were teenagers, you know.
And I'm sure she wasn't wearing a short skirt.
No, trust me, I was my tomboy self, just in my jeans, kicking it up, you know.
And that's what's
it has
so
nothing to do with
scary,
anything.
that they learn it that early.
Yes.
One of our workshops, I met a 14-year-old girl who'd been told that they've labeled her the sports girl in the class. And when I found out the reason why, what had happened was another 14-year-old guy had forced her to do something sexual she didn't want to, and went to go and tell everyone else. And he feels it's okay in his head to, first of all, force her, and then go and kiss and tell about something that's non-consensual. And he's only 14. You know?
It's a shame.
So
I've heard something like that too. Like, a guy was checking out a girl on Facebook, and then his colleague was like, oh no, she's had sex, don't go near her.
That's so wrong.
like, Chile,
I mean, Adra, as a doctor, I mean, have you encountered like rape victims come to you? Like,
they've come for, you know, they have to come for us to medically examine them. They write a report, and then they file it to the secrets of the police station and everything. And most of them are really affected psychologically. It's very, very bad. It's a very traumatic experience. So to actually blame them for something that they had no influence on whatsoever, it's very sad.
Do most of them come like immediately after, or
it takes them some time?
Because
usually they hide it from their parents, especially the young ones, the kids. They hide it because the rapist threatens them. So if you tell your mom this, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to kill your dad or something. So they actually get very scared.
And how do the police like react? Like, do they seem supportive? Is it the blame game going on?
No, I haven't experienced anything of that sort yet.
So since we're talking about this,
sympathetic.
I wanted to ask, what do you think is the right response to a rape victim if someone comes to you that they told you?
Well, with them, I'm very sympathetic around them. I talk to them nicely. If they need counseling, I send them to a psychologist or something to speak to them, because they need psychotherapy. They are very, very emotionally drained, and they are sad, and they feel empty inside. You know, they can be depressed. They can probably be having suicidal thoughts and everything. So I try and talk to them, listen to them.
I'm sure most of them are victims of people they know.
Yes.
Most of them,
Yes.
yeah, that's what they say.
Yeah, so that's unfortunately, you know, some of the realities we have to live with. But hopefully with conversations like this,
yeah,
you know, we can begin to change perceptions and effect change, because it's, sometimes it's heartbreaking, you know, and until it happens to a sister, a cousin of yours, someone who's right next to you or very close to you, you wouldn't actually see the gravity of the situation.
And most likely, it's probably happened to someone close to you.
Probably, you don't even know because they wouldn't talk about it.
You wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
And some of them don't realize that actually that was rape. It shouldn't.
Yeah.
It shouldn't
It's
be
hard
out.
to open up most of the time.
Yeah.
They say it's
Very hard
nothing.
for them.
It's normal.